Because when I tell y'all, I'm about to tell y'all a crazy story. I cannot believe this happened to me. I'm literally working in the pharmacy, and when I saw this happen, I was like, I was frozen in disbelief. My manager was like, Patricia, I'm like, sir, like, and I had to explain the situation to him. I was mind blown. And it's nothing bad. It's drama. It's the tea. And I'm like, oh my God. I start looking at my manager. I'm like, oh my God. Like, one thing about it, I tell my manager everything. My manager, like, you know what they say about best friends? Like, oh, yeah. You can tell me anything and I won't tell anybody. My best friend's not included. I feel like that should go, but for my manager is not included. My manager finna know. You know what I'm saying? If I want to do something crazy, my manager gonna know. If I did something crazy, my manager gonna know. I failed the class, he knew. I passed the class, he knows. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell my manager everything because I really feel like me and him is like that. So anyway, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm like freaking out to him because I'm freaking out myself and he was the only person in front of me. I have about 6 minutes to get ready because if you know me, you know I'm the queen of running late to things, okay? Like, literally, that's my ish. The one thing I'm good at, running late. So I got about 6 minutes to get ready. I was going for a Barbie inspired look today, and that's why I'm running late. Because I literally was doing my nails. I do them myself, and I was definitely going for Barbie. The other hand is a lot more glittery in terms of like diamonds and stuff. So I'm gonna show y'all the whole look like later for sure. Right now I'm just like rushing to just put something on my face. It's not gonna come out great, but it's just gonna be a little something, nothing crazy. So basically that's what we're on. I have my hair in this bonnet, and hopefully when I take it out of the bonnet it looks good because I really don't have time to style my hair today. So I'm just hoping it's gonna look good. And it's crazy because I really like, it's not even like I was doing much today where it's like, oh, I'm rushing home from school. Like, there's days where I'm literally in a pickle because I'm rushing home. I had a million things to do. Today is not one of those days. I got caught up. I cooked this morning and I was just resting and posting stuff and hanging around my dog, and I guess that's where my time went. So now I'm rushing because I don't want to be late to work. If you've seen my videos, you peeped that I am currently only working here in the pharmacy once a month. So it's like, if I can't even like show up to my once a month shift, they're gonna like throw me out. So, and I don't want that because like I'm there because I genuinely like to be there. Like I enjoy going to my shifts and stuff. So sorry if I look crazy or a mess. This was supposed to be such a like calm video, but don't worry. The ending of this video is gonna be me like talking to you guys about manifestation and things like that. So make sure you tune in to the end because you're not gonna want to miss it. But yeah, like I said, I was definitely going for like Barbie vibes today because I feel like everything right now on social media is just Barbie, and I'm here for it. Like, I am so here for it. I love Barbie. I grew up on that. I feel like when I was younger, everyone was like, oh, like I'm such a Barbie, and so that always like stayed in my head. I took my niece this morning to try out the Barbie ice cream actually, which honestly I didn't really like it too much, but what else? My mascara. This is gonna be such a light makeup look. Very, very, very light. Like, I'm not gonna be doing too much today because I just don't have the time to do too much today. But it's still gonna come out cute. And like I said, tune in to the end of this video where I'm gonna literally be talking to you guys about manifestation and all that good stuff. I thought of making it a separate video, but I feel like y'all really like these get readies with me's, and it's just so accurate. Like, this is the realest, like, get ready with me I could post. Like, I'm always late, I'm always, you know, but it's authentic, it's me. I didn't really have time for much of an introduction, but it's like boom, boom, boom. We doing the damn thing. And I just like being my authentic self in front of the camera in general. Oh shoot, I almost like poked my eye out. Jeez. Good job, Patricia, good job. I'm so scared to take my bonnet off and that my hair is not looking good. Cause at that point, we might just be late to work. Cause it's my fault, but I'm not showing up to work with crazy hair. I'm just not doing it. My hair is straight currently, which, like, for some reason, I had this customer who was like, one time I wore my curly hair out. Well, I wear my curly hair out a lot, and he was like, I like you better with your straight hair. Like, what are you trying to say, that my curly hair is ugly? Like, okay, I don't even care what you think. First of all, you're a whole customer. It wasn't even like a friend or something. It was a whole customer. Like, sir, I don't really, like, come pick up your medication and leave. Like, please. But obviously I'm like, all right guys, I gotta get going for real. Stressful out here for real. I got my Barbie cup too, which I'm gonna show y'all in a second. Sorry if like I said, this video is not great, but I tried my best. All right, let me go brush out my hair. I don't think I have a brush in here. All right. All right, guys. Oh, originally I was gonna wear this bandana, but I mean, I still can. Let me just go brush out my hair. Hold on. Oh my gosh, guys. So I just got home from work. I know when I was doing the beginning of this video, it was crazy. I was getting ready. I was basically putting on my bandana and then I just like logged off. So obviously I ended up putting on my bandana. I put on a little bit of lip gloss. I just got home, so some of my lip gloss is like rubbed off. And my makeup's probably not to the T, but yeah, this is kind of like how I looked. And you know, I had my uniform in the video. I low-key forgot my name tag and my manager called me out on it. Wasn't fun. I got my evaluation today. I did okay. I did good. Let me stop. I did good. I just always want to be like top of the top, and I work once a month, so I can't be top of the top when I'm working once a month. But it was all good things. So your girl's gonna get her strays, so I'm very happy. Anyway, I just wanted to conclude the video, and it's funny because I really thought I was gonna come on here and talk about like manifestation and other stuff, and I think I said it in the beginning of this video, and I will, but in another part, like in another video, like a part 2 to this. Because when I tell y'all, I'm about to tell y'all a crazy story. I cannot believe this happened to me. I'm literally working in the pharmacy, and when I saw this happen, I was like, I was frozen in disbelief. My manager was like, Patricia, I'm like, sir, like, and I had to explain the situation to him. I was mind blown, and it's nothing bad. It's just, it's drama. It's the tea. Okay, and I'd rather do it in this video because this is going to be towards the end of the video, and I don't really want like the person to find this video or see it, because I don't know, I don't want to be like weird or anything. But yeah, so I'll do the manifestation video, you know, in another video, in a part 2 to this. But right now I'm gonna just tell y'all the tea, because I was at work, right? So we just gonna get into it. At this point, I hope y'all liked and subscribed already. I'm working, right? So I'm just going about my shift. My shift is low-key coming to an end. It was like 2 minutes away from ending. And I'm talking to my manager. We're cracking some jokes. It's about to be the end of my shift. We've had a rough day and just done super good. We've filled everything and done everything, and it's a good shift and this and that. And I see this man walk by the pharmacy, and I saw him through my peripheral vision, and I was in the middle of a conversation though with my manager, so I didn't really care to say hi. You know, when you're just kind of like on busy, like I don't feel like saying hi to this person. And I didn't really know that man like that. He is like the father of this like little girl that I know, but I don't really know him like that. So I was like, whatever, I don't gotta say hi. And I see like this like blonde lady next to him, and I know his wife. Like me and her, we're cool, you know what I'm saying? She follows me on my social media and she be commenting on my stuff. She's very sweet, lovely lady. And my niece and her kids play together. So I when I seen a woman, I was like, oh shoot, like I'll say hi after my shift ends, because I was still middle conversation with my manager. So I kind of like looked at them and I was like, oh whatever, I'll say hi. I take a double look. Like I looked at them, I looked back at my manager and I said, hold on. I looked back at them. Like I did a double take. Like I was like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Because at first I see this skinny, tall, blonde woman and I associate it with the kid's mom who I'm friends with. But I was like, damn, she went blonder because she didn't always have super blonde hair. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, she went a little bit more yellow because that was not her hair color before. So I did a double take because I'm like, okay, sis, like new hair, whatever. I'm going to make sure I compliment it when I get out of my shift and go see you. Tell me why the reason her hair looked different was because it was not her. So now I'm seeing this man in the store with a woman with blonde hair who I thought was the wife, okay? Because I know how the wife looks and I thought it was just her. And I was going to say hi after my shift, and then I realized that's not her. And I'm like, oh my God. I start looking at my manager. I'm like, oh my God. Like, one thing about it, I tell my manager everything. My manager, like, you know what they say about best friends? Like, oh, yeah. You can tell me anything and I won't tell anybody. My best friend is not included. I feel like that should go, but for my manager is not included. My manager finna know. You know what I'm saying? If I want to do something crazy, my manager gonna know. If I did something crazy, my manager gonna know. I failed the class, he knew. I passed the class, he knows. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell my manager everything because I really feel like me and him is like that. So anyway, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm like freaking out to him because I'm freaking out myself and he was the only person in front of me. So, you know, I instantly look to see if they're holding hands or kissing or anything because, bro, your wife is down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like I'm working an hour away from home and you just happen to be there. Like, we're both at, you know what I'm saying, the store that's 2 minutes from our house. Like, I don't know. I was like, this is crazy. I could not believe it. I was like, if you gonna be with another woman, why would you do it at this store? Like, take her to a different grocery store. There's so many other ones. Like, why would you want people to see you with this other woman? You have a wife. Anyways, I was like, Patricia, you're tripping. You're tripping, Patricia. This is probably his sister. I knew that man did not have no sister. I don't think he has no damn siblings, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I knew he didn't have no siblings. But I'm over here like, maybe it's his sister. Maybe it's his cousin. Maybe it's his aunt. Meanwhile, the lady looked like she was in her 30s. The man looks like he's in his 70s, okay? So I'm like, you know, it's a really big, you know, sibling age gap. But maybe Patricia, be for real. It's like those things where, like, you know what it is, but it's like I can't make it out to be like, I was like putting all the possibilities that were in the world as to like that lady cannot be anything relationship be with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's probably just a coworker. An old friend? His sister, aunt, long lost daughter. I don't know, but it cannot be his like mistress. It cannot be the mistress. It was the mistress. So they walked past the pharmacy. He didn't see me. And I was so so nervous. I'm like, do I even say hi? Am I supposed to say hi? Okay. So they walk past the pharmacy. They not holding hands. They not nothing. So I'm over here thinking, okay, like, it's not dumb. Hold on. Let me make sure my phone is charged, because this story is about to get hot and I don't want my phone to die mid-story. Okay. So, all right. So they walk past the pharmacy. They're not holding hands or nothing. So I'm over here like, okay, Patricia, like, you're tripping, like, whatever. They're not nothing. It is what it is. I'm telling my manager because I'm tripping. I'm like, do you think? And he's like, I don't think it's that serious. And I'm like, no, it is serious. Like, do you think they were, because he didn't know the gist of the situation at first. I'm like, he has a wife. And my manager's like, don't get involved. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mind your business. Mind your business. But I'm over here like, oh my gosh, hold on. They walk past the pharmacy, not holding hands, right? But then when they walk past the pharmacy again, keep in mind, like, walking past the pharmacy is not just the pharmacy. Like, you're walking past the aisles and stuff like that. It's just through the pharmacy window, you can see basically where everyone's walking or whatever. So, they walk past the pharmacy again, but obviously, like, not on purpose. Like, they're just going through the aisles, but I can see them. And when they walk past the pharmacy this way, like, back from wherever they had gone, from the deli or whatever, they're holding hands. They're holding hands. And they're being very cuddly. And I'm like, okay, that's not his sister. Like, I thought it was his sister. It's not his sister. Clearly, it's not his sister, unless you hold hands with your sister. But even at that, they were too cuddly to be, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention they're like 40-year age gap. Anyway, I was like, oh my gosh. My dumb self leans over the counter and yells out his name. I was like, whatever. I said his name. Obviously not going to say it out here on here. I was like, I didn't even say hey. I was just like, ah. Like, I said the name. Because I wanted him to come up to me and say hi. And I wanted to see what he was going to say about the lady he was with. Because that's definitely, your wife is definitely my friend. Like, be for real. Anyway, I said his name and he didn't hear me. And they were walking pretty fast in that store. One thing about it, since the minute they walked into that store, they was walking pretty fast. Maybe because he knows in the back of his head probably, this is my mistress. You know what I'm saying? At the same token, I also think he don't care. But I think he wasn't trying to linger in the store longer than what he had to. Maybe he seen me and was trying to avoid me. I don't know. But I yelled out his name. He didn't hear me, which is fine because I really don't think he heard me, because I don't think he was trying to avoid me. Like, ain't no way you went to that specific store and, oh, I'm trying to avoid people. If you were trying to avoid people, you would have been in a grocery store an hour away from where you live and from where the people you know don't shop at. You know what I'm saying? So I think he really didn't hear me because it was kind of far anyway. But yeah, then they went to check out and they were in the grocery line. And I could see him from the pharmacy. And at that point, I'm like tripping to my manager. I'm like, clearly it's not the sister. It's not the cousin. It's not the daughter. It's not nothing. It's his girlfriend. Girlfriend. Mistress. And I'm telling my manager, what should I do? Like, do I go up to them? Like, do I say hi? Do I this and that? Keep in mind, I know his wife, but it's not exactly like I'm super, like, you know what I'm saying? We're not like this either, to the point of like, oh my gosh, like, you know. I was really stunned and taken aback because it made me feel bad. They have kids and stuff like that, and that's the store that the kids shop at. So I was like, wow, that's kind of like, pardon my French, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's very like, you're down bad at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very low life, okay? Because who's to say your kid wouldn't have been in the store at that time? Anyway, I thought of maybe going up and just saying hi, but I also didn't want to make them feel uncomfortable. They never came to the pharmacy to say hi to me. Not that they knew I was there, but you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to make it awkward. I didn't want to make it anything. Part of me feels that this is something that maybe was arranged. You know what I'm saying? Part of me feels like maybe she knows. And it just puts me in a bad position though, because yeah, I saw that, but I also think that she's probably seen it as well. In terms of what I'm gonna do, obviously that's gonna be a personal decision, and you know, I'm gonna do whatever I feel like I need to do. But like I said, part of me knows more of the situation than what I'm gonna say here, and I think that, you know, there's certain people who they're okay with this, and so it might be shocking to me, but it might not be to them. So there could be an agreement here, there could be an okay here. So I'm just gonna, you know, leave it at that, honestly. it's hard to mind your business though, because like you really be seeing crazy stuff. Like these men out here, like what? And my manager is like, that's not the first time that he's seen something like that. And to me, it was instantly like, I gotta tell her, I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? But then I started thinking, and I'm like, she's talked before, like if she knew this. And then I started piecing everything together, and I'm like, maybe this is what she was trying to tell me, and I was just like, I didn't understand, and now I understand because I see it. So whatever, I just thought it was crazy, y'all, and it really was. And I was hot in the moment. My manager was like, I feel like you're more worked up than what she is. And I'm like, I am, because had it been a woman that really didn't know what was going on, and granted, I don't know if she do or she don't, but I don't know, I don't like that stuff. I don't like that stuff. You don't want to be with me, let me know. But you don't know somebody else's situation. Maybe he did let her know, you know what I'm saying? She just told him like, no, like, you know what I'm saying, like, we need to stay. You don't know people's situation, but I don't like to see that. I feel like people really need to respect their partners and their situations, and when there's kids involved, that's what heats me up the most, because who's to say your kid wouldn't have been there? And that to me breaks me, because I've come from, you know, what they call, I guess, kind of like a broken home, and just seeing those things myself, I can never forget. To this day, I don't forget certain things I've seen with women and other women and things like that. And I would hate, you know, their kids are younger, I would hate for them to see that at such a young age, because me at my grown age, even though I saw a lot of these things when I was like 16 or so, it was just so hard for me, and I still think about it sometimes. So I can only imagine you know, an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old, an 11, you know what I'm saying? Like old, like kids that are a little bit younger than what I was. So respect your partners is what I'm trying to say here, okay? Respect your partners, because what was that? What was that? I was mind blown. Mind blown. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here, because it's about to be 1 a.m. But I wanted to update y'all with that story time, because what the anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl's channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.